Hello and welcome to the lecture on comparing Boomi with other iPaaS solutions. I'm happy to have you in this lecture. The objective of this lecture is to help you understand comparing Boomi with other iPaaS solutions in detail. So without wasting the moment, let's dive deep into the subject. So in this lecture, we'll compare Boomi platform with other well-known iPaaS solution in the market. The goal is not to declare a winner, but to give learners a balanced and a conceptual understanding of how Boomi stands in comparison with other integration platforms such as MuleSoft, Workato, SAP Cloud Integration, SAP CPI, and Azure Logic. We'll look at each platform at a very high level, covering strengths, limitations, ideal use cases, and how they differ from Boomi. This knowledge is extremely useful for IT managers, architects, and students who want to understand the positioning. And that is when and why an organization may choose Boomi over the other iPaaS or vice versa. First, understand why comparison matters. So enterprise do not select an integration tool blindly. They evaluate multiple options based on factors such as cost and licensing, integration speed, flexibility and ease of use, pre-built connector support, support for API, workflow, B2B and event streams, hybrid connectivity, performance and scalability, cloud versus multi-cloud requirement. Boomi is one of the most widely used iPaaS platform in the market, but each of the platform mentioned earlier also has strong capabilities. So comparison help us to appreciate Boomi's strength and understand where other platforms are typically preferred. So let's compare Boomi versus MuleSoft. So what is a MuleSoft? MuleSoft Anypoint platform is widely considered an enterprise-grade integration platform with strong API management capabilities. It is highly used in large organizations with complex API programs. What is the strength of MuleSoft? It is very strong API-led connectivity model. It has enterprise-level API governance and management. It has deep capabilities for complex orchestrations. It is preferred in large and highly regulated enterprise environments. What are the limitations? It is high cost, both license and implementation. The cost is very high. Steeper learning curve compared to low-code tools and a longer development cycles. And how Boomi compares with MuleSoft? Boomi is easier, faster and more low-code than MuleSoft. Boomi is generally more cost-effective. Boomi is better suited for fast-moving agile integration needs. MuleSoft may be preferred when API-first enterprise architecture is the core strategy. What is the ideal use case scenarios? For API-led digital transformation scenarios, MuleSoft is the better choice. Fast integration between the cloud apps, Boomi is preferred. Low-code citizen integration, Boomi is preferred. Large enterprise API lifecycle governance, MuleSoft is preferred. Let's do the comparison of Boomi versus the Workato. So Workato, basically known as an automation-focused iPaaS solution. It is popular with business teams, HR, finance and operations, mainly due to ease of building automations and workflows. What are the strengths of Workato? It is very business-friendly and simple to use. Strong automation recipes, good for departmental automations and quick deployments. What are the limitations? Not suitable for deeper enterprise patterns. It is limited complex orchestrations. B2B EDI support is not as robust as Boomi. The data governance is weaker compared to the enterprise platform. How Boomi compares? Boomi is more enterprise ready, especially for B2B integration, master data, distributed runtime and API management. Boomi also scale better in hybrid landscapes. Workato is strong for departmental process automation, but not fully enterprise integration strategies. So here is the ideal use case. HR and finance automation, Workato works very well. The enterprise-wide system integration, Boomi is the perfect choice. B2B EDI with partners, Boomi is better choice. Department level low-code workflow automation, Workato is better. Let's compare Boomi versus SAP Cloud Integration, SAP CPI. So SAP Cloud Integration is part of the SAP Business Technology Platform, which is BTP. It is tightly integrated with SAP ERP, SAP S4HANA, SAP SuccessFactors and various SAP Cloud applications. The strengths of SAP CPI basically is better choice for deep SAP to SAP integration. It has pre-built SAP packages and integration flows. It directly access to SAP APIs, iDocs and BAPIs. It is standardized SAP governance and authentication support. What are the limitations? The limitation, it is not as easy to use as Boomi's low-code environment. Fewer pre-built connectors for non-SAP systems. Scaling hybrid environments may need additional components. Learning curve is moderate to high. And how Boomi compares? Boomi is better for SAP and non-SAP integration, especially in organization with multi-cloud apps. Boomi ecosystems, connectors, and low-code experience are more user-friendly. Boomi has strong capabilities and in workflow, which is Boomi Flow, B2B or EDI, multi-cloud integration, and event streaming and messaging. What is the ideal use case? If you have a pure SAP landscape, SAP CPI is a better choice. If you have SAP, Salesforce, Workday, e-commerce, Boomi is the right choice. If you prefer low-code development, Boomi is perfect choice. If company uses SAP ERP and uses heavily on SAP API, then SAP CPI is the right choice. Let's compare Boomi versus Azure Logic Apps. So Logic Apps is basically Microsoft Cloud Native Integration Service designed for Azure customers. It is popular among organizations they have already invested heavily in Azure Cloud Services. That's when you go for Azure Logic Apps. What are the strengths of Logic Apps? Very cost effective for event-driven integrations, deep Azure ecosystem support, functions, service bus, event grid. It is great for serverless architecture. It has pay-per-use billing, which is a strength of the Logic Apps. It requires Azure expertise to use effectively. Not truly low code for enterprise integration scenarios. Limited B2B and workflow capabilities compared to Boomi. Connector library is not as broad as Boomi for multi-cloud apps. And how Boomi compares? Boomi is more platform neutral, which works across all clouds like AWS, Azure and GCP. Boomi has a richer end-to-end integration suite. Logic App is great for Azure specific workloads, but Boomi excels in hybrid, multi-cloud and business-driven integration. What are the ideal use case? For all workloads on Azure, Logic Apps is the best choice. Multi-cloud integration, Boomi is the best choice. Low-code enterprise integration, Boomi is the best choice. For event-driven serverless patterns, Logic Apps is the best choice. So here is a comparison table for comparing between the features and comparing Boomi with all the other integration tools like MuleSoft, Workato, SAP CPI and Azure Logic Apps. So let's conclude with the final thoughts. So Boomi stands out because it is low code and easy to adapt, fast to develop and deploy, strong across integrations, APIs, data, B2B or EDI and automation, cloud neutral and hybrid friendly, backed by a large connector ecosystem. Other platforms may excel in specific scenarios like MuleSoft for heavy API governance, SAP CPI for SAP to SAP integration, or Logic Apps for Azure native workflows. But Boomi uniqueness lies in being an all-in-one, balanced and highly user-friendly iPaaS platform suitable for modern enterprise integration scenarios. This conceptual understanding helps students position Boomi correctly during evaluation, discussion, and also real-world decision making. Right? I hope you are now familiar with comparing Boomi with other iPaaS solution. Well, that's the end of session, so let's wrap it up. By now, should we explain comparing Boomi with other iPaaS solution in your own terms? Thank you so much for your attention listening till the end. I wish you a fantastic day. Bye and take care.